Breaking news, Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett for UFC 314 as the co-main event to Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez for the vacant featherweight title. This is all coming from Dana White. He did a live stream where he broke a bunch of fights. He mentioned Ilia Topuria is moving up to lightweight, vacating the featherweight title that Volk is fighting for against Diego Lopez. And of course, we have Michael Chandler and Paddy Pimblett. This fight right here is very interesting to me. This is a super winnable fight for Michael Chandler, in my opinion. And it's also a winnable fight for Paddy. If Paddy gets Chandler's back, that's going to be a problem. Paddy Pimblett is a problem on anybody's back, and Chandler kind of finds himself in these fights, in these precarious positions where, he'll even against Charles, he's swinging for the fences when he doesn't really need to. He should have been a little bit more measured in his approach, but he swings himself off balance, to which Charles just grabbed his back. If he does that against Paddy Pimblett, I think Paddy Pimblett could finish him, especially if he does it early, And it's almost like Chandler's his own worst enemy in there. He just, even when he's winning, he'll land a good shot and he'll get overexcited and then he'll get clipped or he'll slip and get his back taken, Chandler just finds himself stepping in mud. He gets in these precarious positions often. And if he does against Paddy, that's something he has to look out for. But this is a major opportunity for both men, for Paddy Pimblett to be involved in a fight against a guy who's fought everybody, and a guy who's fought Justin Gaethje, a guy who's fought Dustin Poirier, a guy who, this guy has mixed it up with the upper echelon of the UFC lightweight division. He knocked out a legend, Tony Ferguson, You could say it was the ghost of the legend of Tony Ferguson, but, we never seen Tony get knocked out like that yet. We didn't see that yet. And, you got to give Chandler his credit, too, where he's at. Paddy Pimblett over here, if he gets a win over Michael Chandler, now he's in that echelon. Now he might be fighting the loser of Dan Hooker and Gaethje, or maybe he fights the winner of Dan Hooker. I don't know. I don't want to get crazy now, but the winner of this fight, what does he do next? If Michael Chandler wins this fight, this positions him great for the Conor McGregor fight, and I guarantee you the same for Paddy Pimblett. If Paddy wins this fight, he needs to get on the mic and call out Conor McGregor, and they could do it in the UK, and it could be a big, huge event, because that would be absolutely huge. That's what this fight is for. This is for the Conor fight. That's what this is. And I think that's a winnable fight for Conor. I think Paddy Pimblett is a winnable fight, but again, it's a winnable fight for Paddy too. I've got videos talking about this potential matchup for a while now. I said that this is the fight that Conor should have taken like a while back. Like, how many times the date was pushed back between him and Chandler? I think all the way back then, instead of it being Chandler, like before The Ultimate Fighter, before it being Chandler, it should have been Paddy, and they should have just got the fight done and over with. But, in this timeline, maybe Paddy wins, and then if that's the case, I think Conor's destined to lose in this comeback fight, and I think Paddy beats Conor McGregor if this all unfolds that way. And same if Michael Chandler beats Paddy and he goes on to fight Conor. I think that's something that could happen too. For those of you saying Conor's never coming back, if you want to hear a different answer, the winner of this fight has to kind of fight the winner of Gaethje versus Hooker, or he has to fight Charles Oliveira, especially if it's Paddy. I kind of don't want to see the Charles fight, the Charles trilogy with Chandler, but yeah. So that's my take on this fight. I'm looking forward to this fight. It should be fun. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, whether you agree, disagree. It truly doesn't matter. Just join the discussion, follow for more, and leave a like if you enjoy the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.